What's up, everybody? My name is George, and today I'm going to teach you basically what my class setups would be if I was entering into a game for the first time in zombies. If I wish that I had someone else to show me what guns were the most effective against zombies, because going into it, I would just think that starting off with M1911 would have been awesome, pack punching that, getting the Mustang and Sally's like it used to be. But Black Ops Cold War decided to take a huge turn and try and make it so that every weapon can be used. And so I have three class setups where if you want to hop into zombies and you don't know what to use, these three will work out for you. So this one is kind of my high round solo strategy. I have the M16 equipped with Ring of Fire. 90% of the time, you're gonna find that you're not gonna stick with your starting gun. So basically, the only reason you would choose a class besides how you start your first like 10 rounds is what you'd use as your field upgrade. So this is what I would call my Ring of Fire class. Uh, Essentially, what Ring of Fire is, you have a ring around you. It doubles the amount of damage that you give while you're in the ring, and zombies actually get hurt while you're in it. Upgrading it enough, you don't have to reload while you're in the ring. It actually blocks off the megaton shots or the mangler shots, or so you don't have to worry about them shooting from long distance, and it increases the amount of damage that you give to them. So anyway, going into my M16 class, I personally think it's one of the better guns in the game. A bunch of people speculated that it has the highest damage per second, which is actually false, but still is really high up there. Ask any YouTuber, they will say that this is in their top five for guns, at least starting guns. So anyway, wanted to focus mostly on increased salvage rate, damage, and recoil control. And doing that, I think, really helps out. I also did a little bit of focus on the movement speed while I'm like aiming in or while I'm shooting. That's just because mobility is huge in this game. You don't really have to worry about aim down sight speed as much in this game as you do with other games. So that's really what I focused on with the M16 class. If you get it upgraded, the tactical rifle is upgraded to level 3 in your skills tree. Like you see here, you come to weapon classes, you go to tactical rifles. In tier 3, you see that you unlock 3 additional attachments. That's why when we come here, you see that I have all 8 filled in. All 8 slots filled in. And I use that to my advantage and trying to make it so that, as you see below, my speed's increased, my accuracy's increased, and my ammo's increased, but I don't know where exactly my firepower went down. I might have to look at this a little bit more. I think it's right here with the bullet velocity. But I would honestly take the recoil control and equipment drop rate much higher than I would with the damage rate because, like I said before, you're not going to be using this all the way to around 100. You would either have to upgrade it so much that you're going to be wasting a lot of salvage, or you're just going to swap it out with another gun. Maybe the wonder weapon if you get it from the box or something like that. Anyway, let's come down to number 2. This is my Ether Shroud. This is my Ether Shroud class. If you don't know what Ether Shroud is, basically it's a perk that you activate, and when you do, you are basically invisible to the other zombies. You act almost as like a shadow on the map, and you can run and do whatever you want for a certain amount of time. Upgrading it enough. This is where people start to see some glitches. If you upgraded it to tier 3, you actually charge forward a small amount of distance. People use this to skip like something like the boss fight in the machine, or get into glitches in the map where you're like standing on top of something where zombies can't touch you. This honestly, I'm not really into glitches, but it is really helpful for getting you out of a corner. And once you activate it too, it actually reloads your weapon, which is huge because if you're stuck in a corner, you're most likely spraying and praying. And if you have to reload and you activate this, you get out of there and you have your weapon reloaded. is awesome. You don't have to worry about spending those 5 seconds reloading your shotgun or something like that. So anyway, getting to my gun itself, I got the Hauer 77. It is the highest damage per second over the Gallo, as most people mistaken. Uh, Coming into it, you don't need an optic for a shotgun. You absolutely don't. I think it is the stupidest thing to have an optic in zombies, or you really in general on a shotgun. The stock, I feel like most of these stocks aren't helpful for what a shotgun has to offer. Maybe the marathon pad would be good, but really you're really risking losing a lot of hip fire accuracy, which you're going to be doing a lot with the shotgun. Anyway, mostly for the shotgun, I didn't really focus on speed because you the shotgun's supposed to be a lot more mobile in the first place. So having that speed is not really going to do much. When it comes to the magazine itself, I always go with the 8 tube. I just feel like, yeah, your reload quickness does drop down quite a lot, but you're gonna find that 5 is too little for a shotgun like the Howard. You look at the Gallo. Here, let me open up my fourth class, the one that I never use. You look at the Gallo, standard by itself. Come to the magazine. It usually holds 7, but you can hold 9 and 12. You don't need the 9 and 12. You really only need the 7. I think 7 or 8 is the perfect number for a shotgun. So coming back to this class, that's why I equipped the 8, because 6 and 5 are just way too little. I mean, yeah, you get you won't lose the reload quickness with this one, but the 8 you really need when it comes to really taking down like the specialist zombies. Like you would just need that extra firepower, and reloading every like 5 seconds when you had the gun is just not good enough for those specialists. And anyway, coming down, I really, like I said before, I focus on accuracy, whether it be hip fire accuracy or it be aim down sight accuracy. Firepower is increased a lot. And if you don't know about this gun, it has the highest damage per second already. So it is really essential to bump it up as much as possible, especially with a lot of these guns and it's starting. I remember playing this on Firebase Z. When it came to like round 7 or 8 and the mimics start spawning in, I was able to 3-shot them with this shotgun, which is incredible. This is actually a gun I'm willing to take into the late rounds. If I'm either using this from the start and upgrading it with salvage, or I'm buying this off the wall. It is something I'm taking into the late rounds all the way for my high round attempts. And Ether Shroud obviously works good with it because you're gonna find that you need to be close to the zombies and you can get surrounded pretty quickly. So activating this gets you out of those situations pretty easily. Finally, this is my sit back and relax. No one's really gonna care kind of setup. I had the Diomedes, and I don't recommend using the Diomedes until you have them fully upgraded for the soul pack that you can get them dual wield. Dual wield pistols are kind of kind of the end all be all when it comes to actually using a pistol. If you get a normal pistol when it comes to and you don't have dual wield, what are you doing? You have to be upgrading it at that point. Um, when it comes to the pistol class itself, Magnums are actually the most powerful, but I find them to be shooting way too slow. And the 1911s are just not up to the task. If they were the Mustang and Sallies like they were in like Black Ops 2, then I'd absolutely rock these instead. But in the end, I think DMAs are the most fun, and they're the quickest, and absolutely the quickest to reload, which is essential when it comes to pistols, because you're gonna be burning through this ammo a lot. The reason I have a dual wield, Axe almost has like a mini shotgun where if a zombie's close to you, you just spray both of them at the same time and just get their health bar drained. Optic, you don't need an optic with dual wield. If you ever attached optic with dual wield, you are an insane person. You should not be playing the game at all. Because as you know, instead of aiming down sights, you actually shoot your left gun. So equipping this would be useless because you're never looking down your sights. I focus mostly on firepower and ammo. accuracy is actually increased, but it's not aim down sight accuracy. I made sure with attachments like the Salvo 30 round that the aim down sight is actually lower because I'm never aiming down sights. You never aim down sights when it comes to a pistol. So I really focus on that. I attached the Ember setting point. It decreased aim down sight time and sprint to fire time, but in the end, you're really only decreasing sprint to fire time. The, like I said before, salvage drop, huge. Hip accuracy, absolutely huge with dual wield. The barrel, I made sure the damage was increased. This is the one thing I do not understand. Why does a barrel for my pistol decrease the amount of starting ammo I have in my gun? Like, I just don't understand how I attach something to one end of the gun and it affects the other end of the gun. Just makes no sense. Anyway, I attached that because, I already had the extended mag, which increases my stunning ammo in the first place. And for the muzzle, I decided again on vertical recoil because that's really what's going to be affected by the dual wield. You're not going to see yourself swinging left to right as much as you're going to see yourself going up to down. And of course, more drop rate for equipment. The equipment and the salvage, what you're going to see is going to be really what determines your high rounds. With the equipment, you see yourself eliminating zombies easier by throwing down Molotovs or C4, stuff like that. It's really going to help you get from like round 10 to round 20 very much easier than you not using it at all. Especially if you have stuff like syringes. You're going to use syringes a lot. You actually have a chance to drop monkey bombs in this game. That's really helpful if you ever get stuck in a corner. And for equipment, you actually, salvage, for salvage, you actually use that much more because you're making armor with it. You're making extra equipment with it as well if you really need it. You're making score streaks, self revives. You're able to repair your armor, upgrade your guns. It is very essential to have salvage, and increasing the amount of salvage that you get from zombies when they die is critical to your success in this game. So anyway, those are the 3 classes I mainly run. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you ever have any suggestions to improve upon these classes, or you really want something that's more down your style, like let's say you're asking if you need a sniper class in order to level up your snipers. At that point, I would say you're a madman, just play multiplayer. But please let me know in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, ring that bell if you're really interested in my stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.